Your family. Welcome back. GNS episode. Fuck knows what.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You know who it is. Mr. Archer himself. Use code Archer10 if you don't know, get to know. We've got Matty, the man with the mullet, and then myself with the slightly less impressive mullet and the rugged face. How's everyone's week been?
You want to go first, Jack, or do you want me?
Fuck it. I'll go
on,
first.
Archer10, Archer10.
Archer 10, bro.
It's more important. It's more important.
Use my fucking code.
For those that don't know, I'm a Conti Sports affiliate, which means the podcast is officially brought to you by Conti Sports.
No way. What?
You can get 10% off everything site-wide if you use code Archer10. Not only do you support us and the pod, but you also get some cool shit for it. So yeah, that happened this week. And I finally got a place in Manchester. But when we looked around, there's mold in the fridge, so they haven't cleaned it. So we're asking them to clean it, and they haven't replied. So there's that going on. And then once I'm renting, it's my last year renting, and then once I get myself up there, then I'll start looking for a place to buy. So this week, I'm selling my car, I'm renting, buying a house hopefully soon, and getting sponsored by Conti. So yeah, fucking a busy one. And I'm quite low energy this week today. I'm a little bit ill, he's a little bit under the weather. But yeah, that's been my week. I'm trying to think of anything else eventful has happened. I trained legs at EP and it was shit because I was feeling shit. But yeah, that's it.
Oh, was that slog session I saw you post?
Yeah. It's a shame. I saw fucking Finn's client Brandon.
Oh yeah.
And he was absolutely murdering a leg session. And I was like,
Brandon Doherty, the one who just competed.
No, the G, Brandon G.
Yeah, the pro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was absolutely murdering a leg session, and I was like one machine over, absolutely dying. And I was like, yeah, sick, cool. But yeah, that's been my week. Matty, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
It's actually been pretty decent. I went back up to Durham, see my girlfriend. It was pretty good. We murdered some Mario Kart, got on to complete everything up to 200cc. I don't know if you guys have done that. Like you go through all the trophies, get 3 stars on all the trophies, or am I just speaking to no one here?
I haven't played Mario Kart in a long time, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, we're on to 200cc, and we're like, yeah, this is a different ball game. We're too shit for this. But anyway, it was good. We watched what's it called? 28 inches later, or whatever it's called. No, 28. The new 28. That was very surprising. Have either of you guys seen that?
No. My missus wants to watch it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Mate, yeah, it's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. But of course, they set up another movie, like in a really cliche way, like they always do. I was like, it's coming. I was like, leave it here, and it's gonna be a good movie. And it was like, they just set up the next one. But apart from that, same old. I really am thinking about moving gym, but there's just fuck all gyms around where I am. It's just, when that your gym that you've been going to just gets so dead. I think it's just because it's January, to be fair. I think I can hold out. It's just, there's a couple of things that are happening at that gym that it's just not an ideal environment to like train in. I feel like, at least for me, it's a fine gym. It's just, it's not the vibe, you know. You want to go in there, you want to murder a session. You don't want to have slog sessions, but I can see, I can feel myself like every time I go in, I'm like, not ideal. But I still get the progressions. But yeah, I want to see if there's any other gyms around. The issue I've got is like, I don't know about you guys, but if I want to go to a really good gym, like there's an Ultraplex and stuff near me, or not that close to me, but it's another like 20-minute drive, and that's just a lot more. Like 20 minutes there and back added on to an already 20-minute drive is just, yeah, it's not worth it. I don't know about you guys. Well, do you guys live right? Well, you're gonna move, Jack. Are you gonna move right next to a gym, or well, I suppose you can't dox yourself. But
no, I'll be like 20 minutes away. But I'll probably, like same distance as I am now. I'll probably get a nearby gym for cardio in the morning. Because cardio post-workout is killing me off. And I wake up and feel like shit. And the only time I have energy is like, if I do rest day cardio, I actually have a bit of energy afterwards. So if I could do that fasted every morning, that'd be sick.
Do you not feel like getting like a cheap spin bike or something in your room? Or
the issue is I sweat a lot.
oh yeah, that's a good point.
So
Just
if
go
I I've done this before, like if I put cardio kit in a room, the whole room is humid for the rest of the day. It's not gonna pan out.
Fucking buffalo.
just move in with your girlfriend, then she has to deal with it. It's fine. Just
But also, like, I don't know about you guys, I get kind of aggy while I'm doing cardio. Like, if anything disrupts me. And so I think if I was just in my house, I'd just get pissed off. Or if anyone was near me, I'd just be like, fuck off, leave me alone for the next half an hour. Like, when I'm doing my cardio, I can't do shit.
I think that's less the cardio and more the roids, mate, to be fair. I'm joking. No, I get you. It's really annoying. It's like when, like, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but like, oh, it happened to me the other time at the gym. It's like I got on the only cardio. There's like 10 treadmills. I got on the only one where like the belt on the treadmill was just a little bit sticky, and it just ruined my day. I was like, for fuck's sake,
that's horrible.
Mate, everyone filled up the rest, and I was like, fuck's sake.
I'll tell one story and I'll let you guys finish with your weeks. I was deadlifting the other day, like stiff legging.
What? That's not optimal.
I was stiff leg deadlift.
Bro, fatigue.
And then some guy, where you deadlift, there's like a deadlift platform, and there's plates for the deadlift bar in front of you. And some guy who was using a preacher curl I was in the middle of a set. And he was walking and taking plates, like from like less than a meter in front of me, when there were other plates near the preacher curl, and he was taking them. And I was getting so irrationally pissed off during my set. But I literally was like, get the fuck away from me, man. Like, I get the fuck away from my stiff leg, because if you fuck with my set, even just having someone that close to the bar, it's like, you're fucking with me. Stop. I don't like it.
Yeah, if it was the only place where the plates were, I get it. Like, that's like where it's like, oh, you know, it's fair. Even then I'd potentially still wait, because how many reps are you exactly going to go on a stiff leg? Maybe he like overestimated your strength and thought, you know, you're only going to do like 2 reps, but you know,
it was one set of 8 reps.
Yeah. Oh, holy fatigue! Jeez, bro.
That was literally it. And fucking yeah, this guy. And then today when I did my cardio, there's 12 cross trainers. The guy picks one. I realized after my cardio, a guy picked the cross trainer directly behind me. I was like, cool.
He just had it out for you. He just had it out for you, mate.
It's weird, man. It's just weird. Anyway, right. Sorry, Matty, you were talking about your week.
To be fair, that was about it. Mario Kart was the highlight of my week, to be fair. If not, it was just kind of the same old, same old. But what about you, Camille? How's your week?
I'm mega dosing amoxicillin at the moment.
Oh,
You're trying to not die.
Yeah, trying to not die, basically. It's going good. I'm going to train today. Sorry, Jack, I lied. I didn't train on Monday. I was too scared. The concept of being ill for another week just fucking terrifies me. I've literally been an absolute vegetable. So I do feel a lot better today, but I don't feel 100%, which worries me a little bit. But I am going to train anyway, because mental health, am I right?
No, 100%.
So you're still fucked and you're still ill. I can't believe. How long's it been now?
Bro, I was locked in since 2022.
Fuck off. Bro's been ill for 4 years. That's what locked. Get your money down.
I got ill once. I never got ill again. But yeah, my girlfriend got a job interview in Manchester, which is quite interesting. That means if she gets a job, I might be moving down sooner than expected. Which is interesting, but also scary. I said I would move down after prep was done, but in reality, that's going to be next year. So I'm coming to terms with the idea of like, oh, maybe I'll be in prep. It's not that deep, realistically. I think I'm making it out to be a bigger thing than it actually is in my head. So that's exciting. Hopefully she does get the job, because I do really want to move. It's not that I don't like Glasgow, but I don't see myself living in Glasgow long term. And the longer that I stay here, the more tied down geographically I will be. Yeah. As soon as I get to Manchester, I feel like I can kind of like settle and be like, do you know what? I'm going to be here for a couple of years. So I can start establishing things, you know, actually going out, seeing things, because I feel like it's going to be more permanent. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But Yeah, rehab clients doing really well at the moment, by the way. I'm really, really happy with how things are going in the rehab perspective. Bearing in mind, I just recently picked up rehab coaching. So there was a bit of a learning curve. And at the beginning, I was doing things I'd say a bit shit. Once I started picking up clients, I was like, look, this is not maintainable. So I set new systems in place. And ever since they've been set, mate, things are fucking flying and I'm really, really enjoying it. So that's fun. But yeah, I just did not be ill.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you gotta get your illness down, bro.
So I just need to gym, man. I just need to press some things. It's just fucking, oh. I was doing like a bit of rehab where my fucking nose is blocked and I was getting fatigued from doing clamshell isometrics. I was like,
yeah, I mean, Camille messaged me earlier on in the week and was like, can I train, please? I was like, fine. If it's arms, fine. But yeah, I mean, what you said there about like mental health, this is something I've small tangent that I'll go on and then I'll let us chat some shit. Less and less and less now as a coach do I use deloads or full 7-day deloads, because I just find a lot of people just struggle with them quite a lot. That time away from the gym, that break in routine, even just like mentally, it's quite rough. Whereas realistically, like a 2-week aggressive devolume, even if it's half the session length or a third, is much more preferable to a lot of people. But yeah, you can't discount mental health for training. Is obviously hugely important.
Yeah, I agree. I think just getting that D volume in instead of deload for a lot of people, especially your clients, bodybuilders, they're not gonna be able to handle 7 days off. Or just, I feel like you just feel like, especially with like, I think it all comes from like a progressive mindset. Like you almost feel like you're wasting away, even though you know the science like behind it. It's like it still just doesn't feel the same, does it? It's like
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, I mean, ideally, like I've said to a few people who I've pulled back, I've been like, okay, the goal here is to get bored. Like a good sign that you're recovered is if you go from I don't really want to train or I feel fucked to I'm bored, I'm antsy, I want to train. That's a good marker. But equally, you have to weigh up there comes a point where you go from I'm resting to I'm bored of resting to I feel shit because I'm not training. And that's kind of the point everyone got into training, is because they enjoy it. So if you rip that away, it can be quite tough for a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
I think for me, like I never thought I would struggle to get back into the gym after taking time off, after being so deep down the rabbit hole of taking performance enhancers and just being violently addicted to training. But like I'm genuinely terrified of training now. I'm actually scared to go back.
Yeah, you should be.
Never go. What Matty said about like the progressive mindset, and like that is so fucking true. I feel like I've been wasting away because it has been 3 weeks. And it's just scary, man. I feel like everyone around me is just making so much progress. You always see like fucking someone in the academy with some mad transformation, and I'm sitting at home fucking blowing my nose and taking fucking paracetamol.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've fucking the worst one I struggle the most is always holidays. If I take a holiday, 7 days of like relaxed eating, being sensible but relaxed, not really training, not really doing cardio. You just especially and like not coaching, especially towards the back end, those last 2 days. It's like you find yourself bored, you go on Instagram, you see everyone doing shit, and it's like, especially I've never looked at someone on holiday and been like, oh, I really wish I could do that. But when I'm on holiday, I look at people coaching and I'm like, fuck, I miss it. Or see people training.
When was the last time you went on holiday, bro?
2022.
2022, bro. 2024. I didn't take one in 2025 for 2024.
Where'd you go?
Hell, Jack.
I know.
I'll take one this year once. The thing is,
post prep for everyone.
November-ish, December-ish, maybe. The thing is, whenever I've gone on a holiday, it's been within relationships, and it's been my partner who's been like, we should probably fuck off somewhere. But the timeline that I had
Fuck's sake.
yeah, I know it's a entirely
So bad.
related holiday. But I
Should do
spent.
an Archer Academy holiday.
Oh mate, that'd be a shout.
That actually would be pretty cool.
But yeah, fucking
It'd just be us training in another country, though, realistically.
well, we could think it. Yeah, we could train and eat and like
Oh,
you know just not really coach.
We'll just have some Spanish guy go la gentrification or whatever that guy said. We'll do it like
fuck's sake.
Yeah, like where the holiday would have fallen, like November time, December time. I was not really in a place to be like going away, and I was trying to move and all that, so it never really happened. But I mean, to be honest, like I kind of had one because around December time, like those two, you remember like final week of December, first week of January, I was like, look guys, I'm not doing check-ins on New Year's Day or Christmas Day. So like we'll do check-ins around then. For the week, I'll do voice note check-ins. If you don't want one, just say. And pretty much like 2/3 of my client base opted out. So without meaning to, I kind of got a holiday, which was quite nice. It would literally be like wake up, hours worth of work in the morning, chill, train, hours work or two later on. Because no one really comes to you with anything either. Like, you know, pretty much once I'd had the conversation about Christmas and New Year's with everyone, it's like nothing really changes. You know, you might get the odd question here and there, but it's mainly people just chatting shit, which is quite nice. But yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
More gaming, more Steam Deck around that time. Or did you get a Steam Deck for? Oh, no, one Steam Deck. What is it?
PS Portal. I have got a
Portal.
Steam Deck though. I've got both.
What's your
The PS Portal is coming clutch. It's good shit.
It does look good. It does look really good.
Yeah, I rate it. It's good. You gotta have good Wi-Fi to use it. I don't have the best Wi-Fi, but decent Wi-Fi. But yeah, it is fun. It is good. Especially because I don't have to sit in this chair to like play games. I can like lie in bed and like play my
Be a
games.
vegetable.
Yeah, exactly. Sit there with cream of rice down my top. Archer 10. My fucking PS Portal.
Bro, I was actually gonna like. I'm not trying to link you here, but it actually works really well. Or what's it called? Not link. What do people say when you like shamelessly plug? That's it.
Yeah,
plug.
yeah.
I was actually looking at getting some like whey. I didn't know what do you recommend from Conte. And whose code should I use?
I had a look at it this morning, actually. In fact, I've got some stuff in my basket.
Yeah.
You have a look.
I was actually gonna have a look.
Use code Tim10, guys.
Jarcha 10. Why's my code not working?
Charger, bro. Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna try the caramel biscuit one.
Yeah, mate. That's what I was about to say. Caramel biscuit. It's the closest to Biscoff I've ever had a whey be. A lot of
Matt is interested.
mate, it's like the caramel biscuit whey and core is a deadly combo. Deadly fucking combo. It's good. It mixes really well as well. And they're sweet, but they don't sit awfully. For me, I have to be quite careful of the ways I pick. Genuine true story here, right? Oh, the camera's just zooming in. That's perfect timing. I went to some kind of bodybuilding show. I think it was Dan's show, and I got a sachet of Conti whey, and it wasn't a caramel biscuit. It was the salted caramel, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll have it." I had it, and I was like, "I need this in my life. I need this in my life." And so I've been on and off of Conti's been in my rotation of wheys that I've had for a long time now. So yeah, very, very exciting.
Yeah,
Archer
fair
10.
enough.
Archer 10.
Jarcha.
It's not Jarcha. No, you're going to confuse the man them. They're going to be putting in Jarcha 10.
Not the man then.
What do you reckon? I don't want to put what's it called, brands head to head here, but what do you reckon compared to like the normal cream of rice? What's it called, like TBJP and shit like that? Like, what do you recommend it against them? Like, would you recommend it compared to like something like that, or do they have like does does the cream of rice from Conte have like a redeeming quality? Like it mixes really, really well, or like is it?
So
I'm trying to get you to pick
He's
it up. Here.
sponsored, bro. He's sponsored. He can't say.
No. I mean, I sent around the video to in the group chat, and I gave a very honest review of pretty much everything they have. So with a lot of ways, I find that they're a tinge metallic to the taste. You know what I mean? Conti, I've never run into that issue. Perform are either way up there, or it tastes like what it says. Like it will taste like cookies and cream, but it tastes like cookies and cream that's had like metal left in it. But a lot of perform stuff is great. TBJPs, I don't know their ways. They digest phenomenally, but they taste pretty foul.
Never tried their ways. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I back that. Actually, I tried some of their stuff. It tastes like ass.
They got some decent ones. Their cream of rice always mixes well. TBJP.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
The issue is that I found a lot of the chocolate, like you can tell when a cream of rice from them is based in chocolate, whether it's cookies or cream, chocolate hazelnut, chocolate mint, they all taste very similar. It just kind of feels like different combinations of sweetener. And sometimes I would get a bit of acid reflux. TBJP cream of rice is still very, very good. If you go on their store and you pick a flavor that you like the sound of, you'll probably have a good time. But genuinely, I would also say the same about Conti, and their flavors actually taste distinct and like each other. They don't have as many flavors as TBJP, but I think that's because they spend more time affecting them.
I was just looking at the cream and rice. It's 20 quid. That's it. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I don't actually like. Yeah, with Archer 10. Yeah, I don't actually like. I haven't liked cream of rice in a long time. But that was because of one distinct thing I had with what's it called, cherry bakewell flavor. It just put me off completely. I actually might order this and just fucking try and get it back in, because I'm getting to that point. You know, when you run oats for so long. It's like there's only so many spoonfuls of a bit of dark chocolate and a bit of oats that can like give you happiness, and then eventually it gets a bit stale. So I think I might go with the cream of rice. You know,
I find with core, because I can mix it with more water than oats, it hydrates me far better. So I tend to find it's a better pre-workout meal, because I'm never the best unless I'm really hungry at getting in my fluids.
yeah,
So two things help. First of all, Conti HydroFlow. Oh, I've got it here.
Jeez, this is so
flavor have you got?
shameless. This is it.
This little
Is it gummy?
That's so good. I literally just bang it in like all of my drinks, and it makes drinking fluids a lot easier. But with rice in general, I tend to prefer over oats. Sometimes on a rest day, higher fat consumption, I'll have oats to try and hit that. But cream of rice, for those training day carbohydrates, so nice, so good. Highly recommend. As a concept,
What flavor
cream of
have you
rice, caramel biscuit.
No,
Well,
for
caramel
the
biscuit.
HydroFlow.
Oh, for the HydroFlow, I've got cherry flavor, which is the one that people in the group chat were talking about. It tastes like sweets. It's amazing. Fucking
Okay, good to know.
all of the
I'm
HydroFlow
literally
flavors.
getting them now.
I like all of the HydroFlows except the lemon ones, because I don't like lemon flavoring. I like lemons, but I don't like lemon flavoring. So I'm not really not that big on them.
We'll see.
Yeah, lemon's not that great.
Yeah, I'd rather something sweet. Give me little sweeties. Little sweeties.
I've heard good things about their pre-workouts as well.
Yes,
That pre-workout is fantastic. I have tried Conviction.
all three.
Conviction is very high stim. Like it will fucking geek you out. Like genuinely, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
But if you're in that kind of stuff, like I am, then obviously Archer 10.
And then you got Mega Pump as well.
Archer 10, bro, you gotta stop.
Charger.
He's gonna message me and be like, 12 people have put your code in wrong.
The Jizzle 10. Jizzle 10 for real.
Yeah,
Where is
Jizzle
it?
10.
Shizzle.
Yeah, the pre's are fucking good. None of them taste phenomenal, but that's the same for any very good pre.
What pre tastes really good? I was
Some
gonna
of their
say.
tops are really cool.
Some of the what?
Some of their tops, like they do clothing as well. Actually, quite cool.
I've got one. They gave me one. It's very cool.
I'm so
I know.
jealous.
I know. We're like this. We go way back. Anyway, I thought for today's pod we could talk about something that's semi-relatively recent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's happening. Hang on. Let me push some glycogen in my brain. Talk about a topic that's semi-relevant to the current social media state of bodybuilding that we saw. So at the time of recording, it's the 21st of January, Wednesday. It's 3:28 p.m. in the United Kingdom. Last week, I can't remember what day. No one cares. Myron Max and Christian Chapman of Physique Pro they got into a tussle. They had a boxing match they were sparking it out. Crazy left hooks being thrown. And it was about the thought process of bodybuilding and their opinions on what makes a good bodybuilder. And realistically, Christian shared some insight from a check-in, and Max clearly he must be running Tren or something, because he just came in swinging, which is
fucking fuming, bro.
Really funny. It's really funny. And me and Tim were talking about it, and it was quite an interesting conversation on that perspective. And I thought it'd be a good topic for today. So basically, Christian put out a check-in, and the advice that he gave to said client was, you have to truly love bodybuilding. If you want to be good at bodybuilding, you need to love it. You need to love every single second of it to do really well. And Max came in and said, no, you absolutely do not. Bodybuilding is a slog. It's difficult. It's hard. And the best bodybuilders aren't the ones who love it. They are the ones who are, I think the phrasing was the most dedicated or the most consistent, or then he then kind of said is the people who love the progress the most. But no one truly enjoys bodybuilding constantly. Now, what do we think, right? Initial thoughts. Granted, all three of us are not Olympia champions, but we have experience within bodybuilding and the highs and lows. What do we think? What's our initial impressions?
I think straight away, I can't have them. If anyone hears this, I'm just going to get called a small natty for whatever I say. But like, I think inherently saying something has to be like stupidly hard is just a bit of a stupid statement. I'm not going to lie. Like over like however many years, we're going to get better at bodybuilding, and you don't have to just make something so gruesomely hard for you to do well in bodybuilding. Like realistically, like we're acting like it's a hard sport. Don't get me wrong. I am not a top level bodybuilder. I've never claimed to be, but at the end of the day, I'd say there's fucking worse things in life than bodybuilding, and we don't need to make it this impossible task that, you know, people say it is. But anyway, I mean, we literally get to eat fucking dark chocolate every day and call it health. So let's go, you know?
Agreed. I think there's a difference between doing bodybuilding and how bodybuilding makes you feel. I feel like sometimes you're never gonna enjoy it 100%. There are going to be days where you don't want to do it, but you should 100% enjoy how it makes you feel from the satisfaction of doing it anyway. So I think they're both right in their own perspective.
Yeah.
I think you should love how bodybuilding makes you feel and what it does for your life, but you will not necessarily 100% all the time love bodybuilding and love the process. There will be times where you will question, why the fuck are we doing this? I think all three of us have done that. So that's probably my perspective. Yeah.
What about you, Jack? What do you think?
Go on, Alex.
I'm glad you asked me. I think that I'll try and paraphrase like what I said to Tim, which was like my initial thoughts. Ultimately in bodybuilding, it doesn't really matter as long as you do it, right? Bodybuilding is just the art of ticking boxes, no matter how difficult those boxes are. What gets people to tick those boxes is going to differ person to person. You ask for a super easy and great example of this is you ask Kai Green versus Phil Heath, what makes them tick? You're going to get very fucking different answers. Kai Green is a man of basically like pure hatred and wanting to knock Phil Heath off. And Phil Heath is a man of like pure confidence. And you could say like ego driven and like, you know, he backs himself. And I imagine to some extent he loves it. The thing is, I think when bodybuilding gets truly hard, there has to be some innate love for it. Otherwise you wouldn't do it. Because the amount of people who give up bodybuilding is vastly higher than the amount of bodybuilders there are. And whenever, like, I see a person being like, oh yeah, but you know, when you're in off season and you're slogging through food and you got sleep apnea and like you feel tired all the time. If I said to that person, hey, you can just not do this, they'd be like, oh no, like no, I still want to do it. It's like, well, you clearly like there has to be something that you're getting out of this, right? Because otherwise you just simply wouldn't do it. And I think that can be boiled down to some kind of love. And it might be like you don't love innately the fact that you feel kind of crap all the time, but you love that you've gone through that, or you love the kind of the struggle of it. There has to be something there, because otherwise you just wouldn't do it, because it is entirely optional.
Yeah.
I think kind of again there is I think there's a push and pull here of bodybuilding gets extremely hard, but equally bodybuilders like to express things as really hard, as like a badge of honor.
That's so true.
Yeah, like
Locked in, bro.
yeah, you know, and it's like I think a great example of loving it is Kuba, right? He's like the most famous and easy example. Like AJ Kuba, Reese fucking loves bodybuilding. Kuba loves bodybuilding, and it's like those people are also quite quiet about the quote unquote suffering. And I think if you said to Kuba, oh my God, you're eating so much food, you must be so uncomfortable all the time, he'd be like, yeah, but I'd still want to do it. You know, I mean, JP as well. Like, you know, JP used to get anxiety before he would eat a meal. He would get so anxious and so fearful. It's like, well, then, you know, you don't have to do it, but you're still doing it. So there's something there. People don't just do things. There is always a reason behind it. And if you asked him, he might be like, oh, I'm terrified of not progressing. Okay, so you love progression. And that's innate to bodybuilding, so therefore you love bodybuilding. You love progression, and part of that progression is doing what you're doing, so therefore you love what you are doing currently. I don't think it's as straightforward as you do it with a smile on your face all the time, but I don't think that's what loving something means. I don't think you need to be ecstatic constantly to love something, you know?
Yeah, I don't love feeling shit. I love feeling shit and getting shit done anyway.
Yes, exactly. Like exactly that. There's
I
so
love how it makes me feel after I do it, but that doesn't mean that necessarily what I'm doing, I'm going to do it with a smile on my face, so I'm going to act like I'm enjoying it. It doesn't make it any less shit, but I'm going to get it done anyway, and I enjoy the satisfaction from doing something that not a lot of people could do.
Yeah, exactly. So like on a small scale of I need to eat meal 2, I don't love that. If we zoom that out,
M2,
yes, bro. If we zoom that out, there is love there. And so like Christian's sentiment of you have to love bodybuilding rings true, because you truly do have to love bodybuilding to bodybuild. But bodybuilding involves things that you're not necessarily going to love. And if you don't love them enough, then you just won't fucking do it. So I think, you know, also, I mean, when people talk about, they have this discussion, the first thing I think of immediately is like, well, you know, when we're talking about the hard parts of bodybuilding, it's like, what if that just doesn't happen? Oh, but I feel so sluggish. I eat so much food. What if you just don't eat that much food in off season? You know, I get sleep apnea. Okay, but not everyone does. Oh, I have to push so hard in the prep. Not everyone does. And it's like, well, would you say to the guy who's 250 pounds on surprisingly low food that, hey, you're not bodybuilding? He fucking clearly is. Would you say to the guy who's 300 pounds without sleep apnea that you're not bodybuilding? Well, he clearly is. And if you said to him, how's your sleep in an off season? They were like, sound, it's fine, it's great, I love it. You wouldn't be like, oh, how dare you? It's not bodybuilding. It's like, you know, so I think immediately when we start to talk about the stuff that we don't like about bodybuilding or that's hard, immediately I question, like, is it actually for everyone? Because sometimes it just isn't, you know. Like, I've pushed food and pushed my appetite, and as much as the food would be a slog, there was a kind of fucked up joy to, like, you know, people being like, you don't eat that much. you're eating again. Me looking at the meal and being like, yo, this next meal is someone's fucking meal plan for the day, you know. And like, it's the same thing like when you're hungry and you're tired, and it's like, I'm so fucking hungry, I'm going to get wicked peeled. Or you finish a session and you feel shit, and you're like, or you wake up and you feel fucked, and you're like, oh my god, I've got so much to do today. Like, there is a kind of, I think there's a
statistic is.
Yeah, exactly. I think bodybuilding.
I remember. Sorry, go on.
No, go on, Brev. Go on.
I remember the first time.
No, you don't.
Well, when I was dieting for the pre-prep, I was almost waiting for the session where I'd be like, okay, like I feel it now. And I remember the first session I did where I lost like 4 reps on a press or something. I remember getting off it and just like smiling so much. And it's like the average individual just not understand, but like, what, you've got weaker in the space of a session? But like to a bodybuilder, it's like, it's happening. Like I am getting leaner.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a sadistic happiness. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the art of bodybuilding is doing shit that you don't enjoy because you enjoy it. And I think that's why I think that's why there's a debate. Because it's like, oh, I don't enjoy that. But secretly you do. A little bit of you has to, just by the nature of the fact you're doing it. Like, to give an example, right? High level chess is also very fucking hard. We're not doing that. You know, marathon running is fucking tough. Doing an Ironman is fucking tough. Doing a strongman competition is tough. We're not doing that though. So, you know, like, high level sport is difficult, but if you're in that sport and you're staying in that sport, you're getting something out of it.
Yeah.
I got a good question for everyone. So I'll ask you, Matty, because you haven't spoken in a while. Like, what is bodybuilding to you? Like, what does bodybuilding mean to you?
All right, this is actually, I was gonna yap about this, to be fair, but it's not. I think I can just define what it means to me, or just physique progression in general. It's not defined by them slog sessions that Jack was on about, or where it's really, really hard and it's fucking. For me, it's not defined by that. It's also not defined by when I'm loving my sessions, 10 out of 10 PRs every single day, whatever, +1 every single exercise. It's more kind of like that courage to continue where you know other people are stopping. I think that's just physique progression in general. And I think that boils down. Bodybuilding is just a bit more extreme sport version of that, because then you're going through slightly more extreme environments. You're dying down even more than the average person, or, you know, going through a gaining phase and pushing the extremes of your body, whether that be actual health or whether that be, you know, actual progression. But anyway, that's what it means to me. What about you? Should we go with Jack first, then Camille, or because you asked
go Jack. He's running low on glycogen, so go to Jack.
He's not dieting hard enough. He shouldn't have glycogen, bro.
He shouldn't be able to talk. Why is he still talking?
Where's your CPAP? You should be on the CPAP, bro.
Well, you're not in the middle of the bathroom floor just passing out.
We're going hypo. I think physique. I think bodybuilding to me. Is
get that glycogen working. Come on.
Thank you for filling the air. I think I can't think of like a fluid way of wording it. I'll just do like the best I can. It's picking, like, there's so many things you're gonna be good at and dedicate yourself to, and this is the one where you carry it around with you all the time. Like, I've had discussions with people before, like, oh, why do you like bodybuilding? And like, first of all, there's a vain aspect, an external aspect, there's an internal aspect. The vain aspect is, again, if we take that example of like chess, and I say this to people like all the time, but like, look, to be completely honest with you, if I walk into a room in a year's time, you can see that shit's gone on. You can see that I've progressed. If I play chess and I walk into the room in a year's time, you can't tell that I'm better at chess. And I think that that's cool as fuck, that bodybuilding is the one thing where you can walk into a room and people can be like, whoa, you're doing something. I think as well, it gives a bit of a meaning to getting older. When I talk to my friends who aren't bodybuilding, they're so scared of like turning 30. Like pushing 30 is a big in joke in my friendship group. As soon as anyone gets even remotely older, even when we were like 22, someone turns 22 first, you go, oh, pushing 30, bro, pushing 30, right? But when people talk about aging and it's scaring them, I don't really see 30 as like, oh, I'm 1 decade closer to dying. I see it as like, that's 7 years of coaching and bodybuilding. What the fuck is that? That's
20
disgusting.
kilos of tissue.
Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's exciting. I wouldn't want to get there tomorrow because that's not the point. I don't want to shortcut it. But when I think about what my life could be like when I'm 30 or mid 30s, I'm like, that's a really exciting concept, because it's not just and I think this relates a little bit to employment and 9-to-5ing. So apologies, listeners, I might be alienating you a little bit here. But a lot of my friends, it's like, do the same shit for the same people, year in, year out, get slightly more money, hopefully, every few years. Whereas self-employment is, if you've got some good momentum behind you, very exciting about where you can be in 10 years' time. Like, some ridiculous numbers can get spat out at you. So it's like, when I see myself at 30, I don't see myself as like closer to dying. I see myself as fantastically further along than I am now. So I think bodybuilding for me is, it gives meaning to my very existence. It's the meaning why I do absolutely everything. It gives my day purpose. Time does not pass, it serves me, in that I get to get better at something constantly. I'm 23 and I don't fear getting older, because with that older comes progression. There's the external value of when I get better at something and I do something, I carry that progress with me. You know, if I go to fucking Sainsbury's right now, people can tell to some extent, hopefully, that I've got some level of something going on, right? I'm not the twink I used to be, right? They look at me and they go, "Oh my God, you're not a twink." And I go, yes, Archer 10 at link in bio. You know, say to the Sainsbury's stuff all the time. I think also it just gives a bit of like, it's bodybuilding and physique development is the one process where it's constant and never stops. So that satisfaction of ticking boxes is constant. It's like, you get up on time. Again, like when I coach other athletes, like fighters, etc., or like footballers or rugby players, the off season truly is an off season, and not everything matters to the same extent. Whereas it's like each individual macro, your fiber content, the fruit and veg you consume, the cardio, the steps, the sleep, the hydration, the salt, the things you do in your free time, all of it matters towards what you're working towards. It's the one sport where, because you can't switch off, everything matters and everything has a purpose, which means that you're never sat there doing fuck all. There's always meaning to it, which is great. I think that's the most conclusive I can make that yap.
Fair. It's fair enough. I think you're just doing shit that you know everyone else can't do, or they don't have the effort to do. But go on, Camille, you go.
I'm on tests, so I like doing hard things. No, I'm joking.
I like lifespan shortening.
I think it just goes back to that point of like what Maya just said, doing things that other people can't do. I get a lot of satisfaction out of that. And you can call me egotistical, you can call me like self-centered, but I know at the end of the day, I like doing that extra little bit to know that I'm outworking everyone else. I'm very, very naturally competitive. And bodybuilding is something, although genetics play an important role, I feel like you can outwork people. Yeah. And it's just giving me opportunity to work in that competitive environment. I was always really big into sports when I was younger, and I loved competing in general. And I think that just kind of transitioned as I got older into bodybuilding. And as I got more into the gym, I was like, fuck, I can't really play sports now. I tried to do swimming, just fucking fat slob, just couldn't swim at all. I used to play a lot of badminton, again, just really slow. So just kind of got into the point where it was like, okay, I can't really do anything else now. I need to lock in. And yeah, then we took some tests.
Lee locked in 2022. Yeah, I think I think competitiveness is a really interesting one, because I think it's kind of frowned upon. And I don't think competitiveness is like something that you should carry into everything. because it can turn toxic. It can be toxic for you and other people around you. But I think, especially without sounding like an unk, I think, especially in like 2026, especially if you talk to the average person, who's living the average life, they're not competitive. Whereas if you talk to if you talk to people who are leading extraordinary lives, they're competitive. And I don't think that everyone should be competitive. I don't think everyone would benefit from being competitive. But I think it gets demonized more than it should. Because if you are competitive, I would happily wager that you're probably going to do more impressive things. And I think some people are wrongfully competitive and compete with the wrong people. Like, say, for example, my mates who don't bodybuild, or who, like, I have a mate who goes to the gym a couple of times a week, doesn't bodybuild, he works as an accountant. I don't need to be competitive in the gym or in business or anything with him because we're doing opposite things. But with people within my industry, like, I've got friends who are bodybuilders who I'm competitive against, and it doesn't mean I dislike them, but I'm going to be competitive towards them. I think competitiveness is a good trait to have.
I think the big issue for me is, like, there's always going to be a spectrum, and the people that say, like, you need to do bodybuilding because you love it and it's not about the trophies, are the same type of people that think you should get participation awards when, you know, there's a game or something, in my opinion. At the end of the day, bodybuilding is a sport. In sport, people win and people lose. There's a spectrum, right? So don't get too caught up in the competitiveness, but also don't get too caught up in, oh, I'm just going to love this, I don't really care about the result. There's always going to be a sweet spot. And I attribute my competitiveness to a lot of my success in my life. In the gym, first, when I started, all my mates were bigger than me, and my only goal was, I'm going to get bigger than them. Lord and behold, I hope they don't mind me saying this, but that eventually happened. Same thing with business. Once I started working with Jack, I was like, wow, this is such a big opportunity. I admire him so much. I was like, let me have a skill that I bring to the table that's unique and Jack actually values. Lord and behold, that happened. Every single time I've positioned myself to be in a competitive environment, I've always come out with a positive result. Yeah, I might feel shit in the process. Yeah, I might be stressed the fuck. But my competitiveness is arguably the most important reason why I am in where I am today. And I will never, I used to be very, like, not shy, but, like, I don't know how to put it, but I used to kind of shun on my competitiveness and be like, why am I like that? Why am I so goal orientated? Yada, yada, yada. But I now realize that's actually my biggest asset. And as long as I know how to keep it under control, which has been difficult in the past, but as long as I keep it under control, then I can use that to leverage myself to achieve great things.
Matty, what do you think about being competitive and the nature of it?
Well, I'm similar to you. You guys are. Well, I know Camille talked about it, but I came from, like, a sporting background when I was younger, like sprinting, football, rugby. You know, I was a little runner. And I think it's very, very important. I think a lot of people, my friend actually wrote a little bit their diss on this, or somewhat. I say my friend, that's loose. I barely know them. But they wrote their diss on it, and I found it really, really interesting. Around the psychology around it. I think it's extremely important because I think it carries over. I think every single, well, I was about to say every single one of us on this call. There's only two other people on this call, but you two, right? You'll kind of relate to this. When you started bodybuilding, did you find that kind of, like, work ethic carried over to other aspects of your life? Like, immediately you were like, holy shit, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? And I think it's the same thing from competitiveness. I think you'll see a difference with, like, let's just get rid of bodybuilders for a second. If you go and talk to, like, even like a grassroots football player, like Sunday League, I reckon, like, the average person, like, let's not think about the person who's going to, like, the pub all the time. Let's not think about that. But someone who's actually striving to be better at that and maybe trying to reach to a you know, academy level, their life will probably look very, very honed in, kind of almost like a bodybuilder, or at least they're trying to get there. Maybe they won't have the education around it, but they're trying to get there. So I think it's really, really important. I think you see, I talk about this for ages about the psychology behind it, because about that diss, but I think you see in like kind of parents who are really competitive and like they, you know, potentially they, you know, played sports when they were younger. I think their kids often end up being very, very similar, and that's for good reason. I think they pick up like the positive traits and go, oh, you guys are pretty successful. Maybe I'll follow in that footstep. But that's just my 2 cents on it. A lot of yapping, but I think it's extremely important.
Agreed. I think the way in which the world works is there are limited spaces for limited people to be doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
In an ideal world, no one's struggling, everyone's doing well, but there's always going to be a top 10% of anything. Top 10% earning, top 10% nicest cars, highest quality of life, top 10%. There's always an owner to a business. There's always a best in a sport. There's, you know, a best team. There's always a hierarchy. And I think treating the world like there shouldn't be a hierarchy in all things and trying to make all things flat is unrealistic, because different people have different abilities. And I think teaching your children to shy away from the pursuit of those things. And I think me as a teenager, I was very, very non-competitive. And I think that's just a lack of faith in myself. And like, why would I be competitive if I know I'm not going to win? Thought process. And the thing is, it's like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. I think you should aim and strive to be in that upper echelon, especially when it doesn't really hurt you. If we take bodybuilding, right? You lose a bodybuilding show, nothing bad happens to you. You got beaten. It will. The good outcome is it will inspire you to be a better bodybuilder. The bad outcome is you'll feel sad and eventually post-show binge. Yeah, be sad and eventually you'll move on. But there's like in every sport, they're just the entire point of sport is competition. And so I think that like the idea of like participation trophies and stuff, I think I get what they're going for, but I think they're doing it wrong. I think you should reward people participating in stuff by trying to help them overcome losses. And I think people need to get better at losing rather than being so bad at losing that they have to win something to make it feel like competing is worth it. Because in life, participation is the bare minimum, and you can't just skirt by on expecting to be treated similarly. You know, the winner gets a trophy, but you get a trophy too. Maybe yours is just slightly different, or maybe they're even the fucking same. They just have different words inscribed on them. You're devaluing being a winner. You're devaluing competition, and I think you're just setting yourself up for failure or dissatisfaction in real life, because there will always be someone doing better or someone who is better, and you only get that by pursuing that, you know.
I think the biggest reason people get upset about losing is because they never wanted to win in the first place. If you ask any person who's achieved anything in life, what comes before they win? Many fucking losses. If you truly want to win, you don't go for the short gratification. Oh yeah, no, I want to win my next show, blah, 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 blah. You look at the bigger picture. It's the losses that make up someone who's fucking successful. If you truly want to win, you want to lose, because that exposes your weaknesses. That tells you exactly what you need to work on. And then you go and fucking do it, and you will win in the end. The people that win are the ones that never give up. It's like people were like, oh yeah, I need to win the show. I just want to be a successful bodybuilder. I don't care how many shows I win. I don't care how long it takes. I just want to be a successful bodybuilder, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's like, oh, what's that Arnold quote I'm going to butcher? It's like a champion is not someone. The difference between, it's something like the difference between a champion and somebody who isn't a champion is that a champion gets knocked down 7 times and stands back up 8 times. You know, like
sounds like a Rocky quote.
Maybe. Well, I don't fucking know. Who cares? Who cares? They're the same person. I'm just kidding. Both action movie stars. But yeah, I guess the basic premise and idea is, if you truly value like winning in bodybuilding, you know that you're going to lose, And it's like, you know, you talk to most genuinely competitive bodybuilders and they would rather come 10th out of 15 in a stacked lineup than first out of 3 where the other 2 are shit, because they value like actually competing and competing against like in a good lineup, and they actually like that is competing. There's wanting to win and there's wanting to compete and win. And so the essence of like, you know, picking like PCA whales under 12s who are 5'4" and also happen to have green eyes, like if that's the show that you go for, then it's like you're just trying to win. But what is the importance and the role of that win, you know? Anyway, we're running on time, and I'm out of glycogen, and I've got posing with Matt about this, so I need to.
Jarcher 10.
No, it's not.
I've just used Jizzle 10. Actually, I think that's the one that works.
I'll message me. Can we also put Jarcher 10 and Jizzle 10? Right, listeners, it's not. It's Archer 10.
I have actually just used Archer 10, so I will actually come around there and drop kick you. The core is going to be
so funny.
The core's banging, right? You're going to come on next week and you're going to be like, the core was mint, and now I'm covered in Conti merch, and I love it.
Yeah, now I'm 70 pounds up, all fat. But like, you know,
yeah, I had a core.
Put your money down.
Get your money down. Come on now.
Get your money down on your way up for real.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching, listening, or you know, touching yourself or whatever you guys do during that. You guys not do that to podcasts? You know, once you're in, you're in. That means, right? Once you're in, you're in. You know. Anyway. Right, thank you.
Never went up.
All of our links down below if you want to work with us as coaches. Our Instagrams are down below if you want to interact with us. There will be the Conti discount code and link down below as well. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching or listening or, you know, doing whatever. Like I said before, thank you everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.